Sacred Mass, Chapter 38, Snowflake and Pillow. Alec frowning said, I found Sunshine roaming the streets, smelling like a brewery, and one of the bouncers from the crowd was trailing him to make certain that nothing bad happened to him. Sunshine, what a cute name, said Leon, laughing. Oh, go fuck yourself, said Sunshine before barfing on his own shoe. Rude, said Leon dourly. Is he another one of your lovers, Allan? Brood mothers are known to be quite the promiscuous lot. I am not a brood mother, snapped Gregory, and his tail echoed his annoyance by making the sound of a snapping whip. Poor Sunshine, said Helmer, hugging Sunshine. It's okay, you can try again tomorrow. Sunshine, crying, said, I want a kitten. You have me, said Inannis, opening a weird eye from the back of her head. I want a kitten that won't creep me out at night, protested Sunshine. Alec carried Sunshine to the guest room, and he opened his eyes for a second, and he said, Can you lock the door on the way out? I do not want the children to see me like this. Alec started closing the door when Sunshine said, Alec, do you think I'm pretty? Yes, you are very pretty. Doesn't Allan sleep with you every night? asked Alec. Sleep lately. All we do is sleep. He's bored of me already, whined Sunshine. Have you asked Allan for his attentions? asked Allan. No. Was I supposed to? He always initiates and I just figure, said Sunshine shyly. Try asking him tonight when you go home, said Allan, and maybe he thinks you're the one who is bored of him. I don't want to be a bother, said Sunshine sadly. Allan arrived earlier than expected, and when he heard that Sunshine was not feeling well, and he chuckled when he saw his father drooling over Liam. And Helmer said to Allan, Come meet my new boyfriend. Helmer dragged Allan to speak with Liam, and Caron and Gregory stayed silent, pondering what the little Arch Magus was plotting. And Allan said to the former King Liam, So, I guess you're dad's new boyfriend. Apparently so, said Liam, raising an eyebrow. He found the idea amusing, so he added, They say that opposites attract, and we were both crown princes, and we understand the burden the position entails. Can he come live with us? And he plays the violin, so together with Marina we can do chamber music, suggested Helmer. Gregory whispered to Caron, Wow, the little guy works fast. Maybe he has enchanted Liam, suggested Caron. Nah, not likely. Liam has a strong resistance to magic, and most spells thrown at him do not even reach him or they become deflected, explained Gregory. And since Allan was still uncertain about the situation, Helmer said to his son with telepathy, Allan, do this for me and I will forgive you and Sunshine. Allan looked at his father and then he added with telepathy, But Dad, he's way out of your league. I mean, come on, pick an easier target. It is a defeatist mentality that has ruined your love life, Allan, retorted Helmer. And dig one for my dig ones. I mean hard, please. I promise to go away. I promise to work harder. Just give me the chance to try to woo him, please, please. So, Leon, do you want to come live with us? Marina needs another chump to go to church with her, and I hear you're into that sort of boring crap, said Allan, extending his hand. If she needs someone to go to church with, I will be more than happy to attend with her, said Leon, taking Allan's hand. But moving in seems a little bit too soon. Allan caressed his silky hand before releasing it, and this was his first time touching King Liam, and the rumors about his silky skin were true. The texture was simply divine. It is not soon, said Helmer, and we have been exchanging correspondence over the years. Is that so? Said Alec, coming to the garden, and he had only heard part of the conversation. Yes, said Helmer. He's the recipient of my encrypted letters. I wrote one for Joshua and the other is for codename Snowflake. Alec laughed at this codename, and after much coaxing and persuasion, Leon agreed to move into Allan's house, and Allan went on ahead to prepare a room for Liam, and he also took Sunshine home. And even though Sunshine was a little tipsy, Allan made it with him much to Sunshine's surprise and satisfaction. And close to dusk, Allan moved his stuff into Allan's home. He settled into the bedroom in the second floor. He did not ask for permission, rather he did as he felt like. He didn't like the idea of the little Arch Magus making googly eyes at Liam. And with Helmer occupied, Allan was able to give free go to his playdate with Caron and Gregory. And Caron chicken out of the idea of being tied up, and instead they decided to roleplay. And after thinking up a little game, they decided to play Dragon Tamer. Caron will be the tamer, and he will command Allan and Gregory to perform tricks, and if they disobey, he will whip them. And behind that delicate exterior, there was the heart of a little sadist, and Sunshine was sleeping over his hangover. Marina started dinner, and she was surprised when Mincy manifested to help her, and her big baby Lishi was roaming the gardens. And Lishi knew not to wander far from his mother, and he looked like a weird round worm with tiny hands and feet. And the face had very tiny eyes and a mouth. Mincy started making dessert pecan pie. Marina asked, "Where did you learn to make normal food?" Mincy chirped in response, and Marina, trying to guess what she said, answered, "You live with people." Mincy chirped in response. "The kid is a halfling?" asked Marina, guessing. Mincy nodded in response. Mincy changed her form, and she wore the face of an extremely beautiful lady, and she wore an elegant red hakufu dress with golden sash decorated with embroidered dragons, and her face was round, with long black hair, brown eyes, and cute red lips. It was this form that Alex saw when he entered the kitchen with Liam and Helmer, and Alex, going into full flirtation mode, said, "Hello, little lady, and who's your new friend, Marina?" "That is Mincy, that is her true form," lied Marina, "and she likes to look ugly to keep the perverts away." "You're certainly a charming lady," said Alex, kissing Mincy's hand. Mincy and Marina laughed, and Mincy picked up her baby Lishi, and she showed it at Alex. And Alex happily said, "What a beautiful baby boy, and he's so round and squishy. And what have you been feeding him?" "Potatoes," wrote Mincy on a notepad. And she liked that Alex hadn't recoiled when he saw Lishi. "Well, you are what you eat," said Alex, placing Lishi on the floor. "Run along, you little scamp." "Scamp," repeated Lishi. "It means naughty child, but in a good type of naughty," explained Allan. Lishi departed while he repeated the new word he was adding to his vocabulary. Naughty, naughty. "Dinner's going to take a bit," said Marina, "and you can go play with your new friend, Mincy." Mincy chirped happily before wrapping her arms around Alex's elbow, and she liked that he had been nice to her halfling child. And meanwhile, Alex liked that Mincy seemed quite eager to mate, and with a target, Alex completely forgot about Helmer and Liam. Helmer said to Liam, "Let me give you a tour of the house." Liam followed after the little Arch Magus, and Helmer explained, "So here's the first floor: library, living room, kitchen, dining room, the patio, and from there you can take the stairs to head to the beach, and in the basement there's a storage room, but I cleared out some of the clutter to make room for my lab." And Helmer showed his apothecary, and Liam studied the items with bored curiosity, and he took up a random book and he read the cover of it, and he asked, "Pathology. It is a study of causes and effects of diseases, and unlike magic, medicine requires precision, and if you mess up, you can accidentally kill someone. I am good at pathology. It is psychology that I struggle with," explained Helmer. "Let's continue." Helmer started going back upstairs when Liam asked, "And what is psychology?" "The study of the mind and people's emotions, and Sunshine says that I find it difficult to empathize with others. I am what Sunshine calls a narcissist. It means that I am selfish and I only care about myself," explained Helmer dryly. "Are you selfish?" asked Liam. "I don't know. You tell me. What am I?" "Everyone has their own opinion. And what do you think of little Helmer?" said Helmer. Liam drew near Helmer, and Helmer folded his arms to wait for Liam's verdict. And Liam gave Helmer a playful kiss on the cheek, and Helmer's face turned red as a tomato, and Liam, laughing, said, "You don't need to try so hard to impress me." Let's continue with the tour," said Helmer, giving a nervous laughter. "And here on the second floor we have Alex's bedroom, and this one over here is the playroom. And Julian and Hope sometimes visits to swim in the ocean, and the kids also have their own bedroom, and with 3 beds in case Leda also visits, and the other room belongs to Mincy and her baby." Leon studied Mince's room with curiosity. It was built like a baby nursery with a small bed, the toys, the rattles, and a display case with plushies. And instead of a bed, there was a futon stashed away in the closet. And after sleeping outdoors for so long, Mincy was finding it difficult to sleep on our traditional bed. Helmer said Mincy collects plushies and she didn't have a proper place to store them till we gave her this room. And baby Lee, she sleeps on the crib. And she insists on sleeping on the floor, and this is her sword. She calls it a Gian. Helmer showed Liam means his sword, and Liam examined the double-edged sword, and it looked quite worn out, and it had signs of being repaired a couple of times. And Liam then returned the sword to Helmer, and from there they went to the top floor of the house. And Helmer said, here's Marina's room, Allan and Sanchez's bedroom, and my room, and your room has a bathtub as well. It was designed for 2 people, so it can work fine for you. And if you feel hot, I can have Sunshine fetch you an air conditioner. I don't mind a little heat, said Leon, sighing. And he sat down on his own large bed, and Pandora had recently fetched it from her storage unit. And the fabrics were made of golden thread, as someone with dragon blood, Leon's flesh required direct contact with gold to consolidate a good night's sleep. Helmer sat down beside Liam, and Liam petted the bed sadly, and he sighed again. Everything is fine except for my pillow. Didn't you bring it? Asked Helmer. I don't have it anymore. I lost it when I was young, and I still miss it sorely, said Liam, sighing. And the temperature in the room got even lower, and Helmer didn't think much of it because the window was open. Come see my bedroom, said Helmer, taking Liam's hand, and we just finished putting in all of the decorations. Helmer took Liam to see his princess bedroom with all of the frills, the toys, the treasure chests, the dolls in the cabinet, the paintings featuring kitty cats, and just about everything cute ended up as part of his clutter. Helmer jumped on top of his own bed, and smiling he said, see? A giant bouncy bed just for me, Princess Helmy. And Liam laughed when he saw Helmer jumping on the bed, and he added, smiling warmly, you are such a child. Helmer frowned, and then he sat back down, and he left his own bedroom, not saying anything. And Liam caught up to little Helmer, and he placed his hand on his shoulder. And Helmer turned to look at Liam, who looked genuinely distressed. And he said, turning his gaze, I'm sorry, I did not mean it as an insult. I did not mean to make fun of you. It's fine. I'm a joke to everyone, so why not be a joke to you as well? Barked Helmer angrily. If I kiss you again, will you forgive me? Asked Liam, laughing. It depends where you kiss me, said Helmer, folding his arms. Liam sighed with frustration, and his expression changed, and his eyes glistened like 2 sheets of ice, and he sighed again, and then his expression became one of sadness. And he asked shyly, why do you hate me? Before Helmer could process this question, he heard Marina calling everyone for dinner, and Liam ate his meal in silence, and his expression was completely devoid of emotion. And Helmer could not shake off the impression that he had done something wrong. And Allan spent dinner time in a happy mood, and Marina had agreed to babysit Lishi, so Allan was going to have a fun night out with Mincy. Alright, that's the end of that chapter. Bye-bye and God bless.